The goal for this video is to need as little editing as possible so that there is the tiniest possible mental block to actually getting this video published. Fingers crossed that I actually achieved that. Hi everyone, Rosie here. Welcome back to my channel. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to title this video something really clickbaity, like books I bought during my Booktube hiatus or something, and right off the bat, we're not addressing the hiatus right now. As I said, I want to do this with as little editing as possible, and if I try and start addressing why I have not made videos for like 2 months now, this is very quickly going to require a lot of editing that I don't want to do. Let's just talk about the books I bought instead, because oh my god, this is quite a stack, and I'm not sure how this happened. I mean, I know exactly how this happened, but still, a lot of books. Let's dive right in. The first 4 are from August. So I actually bought these a couple months ago now. In August, I was lucky enough to spend some time with the lovely Bethan running a socolar in Montreal. She was up for a conference and the timing worked out really well, so I got to go up and we spent some time together. We hung out. It was really fun. She is just as absolutely incredible in person as she seems on video, if not more so. If you don't already follow her channel, I mean, what are you doing? Make sure you go check it out. It will be tagged down below and up above and all of that stuff. And of course, what are 2 booktubers gonna do when you let them loose? Go book shopping. I got 4 books at, what bookstore was this? Librairie Paragraphe, I think, but I will put a link down below. The first of those is the Beauties Essential Stories by Anton Chekhov. This is this beautiful Pushkin Press edition. It was part of a whole collection. There was like, you know, an end cap display full of beautiful little matching, beautifully designed books, and I decided to get this one. It is a collection of Anton Chekhov's short stories. I have not read any of his works before, but I am excited to, and I just really like short stories in general, so this seemed like a great place to start. Also, like, look at that cover. It was so gorgeous. I needed to get it. Then I grabbed Jonny Appleseed, a novel by Joshua Whitehead. This is about Jonny Appleseed, a young two-spirit indigiqueer and Indian glitter princess who is in the city for the first time or on his own or something. I'm not totally sure. He has a brief period of time, and then I think he has to go back home for his father's funeral or something. No, his stepfather's funeral. I've heard amazing things about this novel. It has clearly won a lot of awards. I actually would have rather I could have gotten an edition without the award stickers. Like, I'm so thrilled that the novel won the awards. I just don't want the permanent sticker on my book. But anyway, I've heard great things about this. It has been on my TBR for absolutely ages, and so I bought it in an attempt to pressure myself into actually reading it. Will that be successful? Only time will tell. Then, Love Lives Here, a story of thriving in a transgender family by Jetté Knox. This author is actually local to me. They are an activist based in Ottawa on trans rights and that sort of stuff. And this is their memoir, I guess, about their experience when their daughter and then their wife both came out as trans and how that was transformative and, you know, such a like positive transformation for their family, but how they're so much happier and like all of that. Anyway, it sounds really good. I would really love to read it again. One of those books that I saw in the bookstore and was like, yes, that's been on my TBR. I should just buy it. So I did. And finally, a book that I had never heard of, University Women, A History of Women and Higher Education in Canada by Sara Z. MacDonald. I had, as I said, never heard of this book. It's, as far as I can tell, relatively dense nonfiction history about women in the higher education system in Canada. Exactly what it says. Very niche, but that's exactly the sort of weird niche history topic that I love reading about and diving into. So looking forward to reading this one at some point. I haven't read that sort of book physically in a long time, but it just looked so cool. Like, I just wanted to have it. So now I do, and hopefully we'll read it. I really need to stop saying that after every book, because I obviously I hope to read them. That's why I bought these books. But will I stop? Probably not. I then did not acquire any books at all for several months, and then in early October, my partner and I were in Boston for almost a week, and of course I had to go to bookstores there. So I did, and I got a whole bunch of books. I cannot remember exactly where I got each of these. I will try and figure it out after the fact and put it in the description if I can, but yeah, these are the books that I got in Boston. First, I have Cold Comfort Farm by Stella Gibbons. This is a comic novel, I think, from the 1930s about a farm in the countryside, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know too much about it other than the fact that it's supposedly amazing, and this cover was brilliant. Like, look at this. Unfortunately, it's one of those books that doesn't have a, like, blurb anywhere, which is why I can't actually tell you what it's about, but hopefully I will read it soon and then be able to actually describe it to you. But it just sounds like the sort of book that I will enjoy based on the other books that I've been liking lately. So I wanted to pick it up. However, this was at a used bookstore and it was on one of the outside racks for $3. And we went inside to buy it, and they very understandably had a $5 minimum on cards, at which point we realized that we had not yet taken out any American cash. So I then had the absolute pleasure of like combing the rest of the store for something that I wanted to read. Wasn't too expensive, because I also didn't want to spend like, you know, $20 on books. This was like our first morning in Boston, and I didn't want to spend like loads of money right off the bat. Wasn't too huge because I also had to bring it with us for the rest of the day and then pack it in my suitcase to bring it home. And eventually I found Narrowboat by L.T.C. Rolt. First published in 1944 and now reissued with new black and white illustrations and a foreword by Joe Bell, Canal Laureate, this book has become a classic on its subject and may be said to have started a revival of interest in the English waterways. It was on a spring day in 1939 that L.T.C. Rolt first stepped aboard Cressy. This engaging book tells the story of how he and his wife adapted and fitted out the boat as a home, and recreates the journey of some 400 miles they made along the network of waterways in the Midlands. It recalls the boatmen and their craft, and celebrates the then seemingly timeless nature of the English countryside through which they passed. As Sir Compton Mackenzie wrote, it is an elegy of classic restraint, unmarred by any trace of sentiment, for a way of life and a rural landscape that have now all but disappeared. That sounds fantastic. I cannot wait to read this. Canal boats are one of those topics that I have to be careful not to watch too many YouTube videos about, because otherwise I start daydreaming about what it would be like to live in one and how amazing that would be. And then I think about how amazing that probably actually wouldn't be for me, but that like the idea of it, oh, glorious. So really excited about this and never heard of it before, but like, how can I go wrong with that? I then grabbed Wash Day Diaries by Jamila Rouser and Robyn Smith. 5 interconnected short comics follow 4 friends, Kim, Nisha, Davine, and Cookie, through the ups and downs of their daily lives in the Bronx. From self-care to spilling the tea at an hours-long salon appointment to healing family rifts, each story uses hair routines as a window into who these young women are and how they care for each other. Yes, lovely. I saw this on the display thing in a bookstore and immediately was like, I need to get this. I think I have seen it somewhere, but I have no idea where. Graphic short stories. What? That sounds amazing. I might actually pick this up this afternoon, to be perfectly honest. I might do that. I also picked up Dangerous Liaisons by Pierre Choderlos de Laclos. When we were on vacation, I was reading a fair bit of The Count of Monte Cristo, which I have been buddy reading with Camilla of Camilla Hasty Books for like months now. It is really good. I'm really enjoying it. We are both just reading it so slowly, and it is such a long book. But I was really enjoying that and vibing with that, so I picked this up. It is set just before the revolution in France, I think, and I think it was written after the revolution, but I'm not totally sure. I can't remember. I know I looked it up a little while ago and I have now forgotten. It's, I think, about aristocrats behaving terribly and being horrible people and stuff, but that sounds fun. I was wondering if I should pick it up in the original French and try and read it that way, because I have really been enjoying reading the Count of Monte Cristo in French, but this edition was really cute and really cheap, so I decided to grab it and read it. Short stories strike again. I grabbed 5 Tuesdays in Winter by Lily King. This is a romantic, hopeful, and unsparingly honest collection of 10 selected stories by one of our most accomplished chroniclers of the heart. Told in the intimate voices of its endearing characters, 5 Tuesdays in Winter intriguingly subverts expectations as it explores desire, loss, jolting violence, and the inexorable tug towards love at all costs. That sounds amazing. I honestly had NetGalley FOMO on this one. I meant to request it and I didn't at the time, and then afterwards I was like, damn it, I should have requested that. That sounded really good. So I decided to pick it up, and I will hopefully really enjoy it. Next, we come to another book that has been on my TBR for years, and I decided to buy in hopes that it would like spur me towards actually reading it. That is The Address Book: What Street Addresses Reveal About Identity, Race, Wealth, and Power by Deirdre Mask. I think this is basically what it says on the tin. It sounds really cool. I don't know. There are some actual like maps in it and stuff, so that's exciting. I just think that sounds like a really cool topic, and hopefully this will be a really good book and I will learn a whole bunch. And I mean, just look at that. It's just pretty. Okay, and one last book that I grabbed, that was The Complete Persepolis by Marjane Satrapi. This is a graphic novel memoir about growing up in revolutionary Iran. This is honestly one of those books that has been on my TBR for an embarrassingly long time. Probably over 10 years. Like, as long as I have had the concept of a TBR, this book has been on it and I have not picked it up and read it yet. So when I was in a bookshop and thinking about all of the incredibly brave things that Iranian people are doing today and the fight that they are so bravely fighting, I decided I need to actually read this, not because it actually does anything, but because I need to actually stop procrastinating it. And I'm going to link some information down below about what is going on in Iran. I'm not going to try and be informative because that is not something I know enough about, but I'm going to link to people who do know more. All right, that is the complete book haul. It feels like a lot of books. Hopefully I will get to actually read them soon. I'm feeling really excited about all of these, but just not reading that much lately. There's just been so much other stuff going on. I will maybe have a wrap up soon that talks a bit about what I have actually been reading and what's been working, but I don't know. We will see. We will see if this video actually gets edited and uploaded. Who knows? But hey, I filmed it and that's step one. You can't upload a video without filming it. All right, let me know down below, what books have you guys picked up lately that you are excited about, and what in general are you guys excited about these days? And as always, if you like this video, make sure you leave a like down below. If you would like to see more of my videos, make sure you hit subscribe, and thank you for watching.